Elimination final for 1997. Mitch has got the fishing hat on, good to see. And while we turn around, we're going to go to Barry Walker and Paul Welsh, who have been out listening to the coaches. Barry and Welshie, what do the guys have to say at quarter time?
Yes, Jason, at the Anakie camp, they were very happy with the way they played, and Jenko just said to cut the mistakes down, to keep the ball moving, move through their keys, get the runners, pick up the loose blokes out wide, and just keep running the ball into the forward line and go through their keys.
Barry,
Scotty, the West coach, was a little bit disappointed. He said the experienced players have got to lift. They've got to lift a great deal. They've got to use the spaces of the big ground, which they're not. They've got to man up, and he said there was no talking in that first quarter, and they've got to pick that up. So he's looking for a big effort from his players in this second quarter.
Thanks, boys. Paul Welsh and Barry Walker out there listening to the coaches at quarter time. And Anakie hold the 1 point lead at this stage, 3-4-22. And they lead Geelong West 3-3-21. Just about set for the second term. And we're giving the comprehensive coverage this afternoon, Ronnie.
Mate, I'm just in awe of the whole situation. I've never seen such two good-looking boundary riders in all my life. Pick your heart out, Dipper.
The jogger looks a bit like Dipper, doesn't he, I reckon?
Could be a career for him, eh? That calf muscle could stay sore for a while. You could get a job, you'd be right. Start of the second term here, 1997 elimination final in the GDFL. Tate gets the first tap down of the second term. The Roos lead by a point. And kick out wide. Rathje off the ground. Backwards towards Russell Scott. Rathje gets there in front. Shane Friday there also. Was it out of bounds on the full? Yes, it is. And Rathje to take the free kick for the Cheetahs.
Jason Rathje, the red-headed tall wingman. Left foot kick, a high ball. Not a good one, but at least it's attempted to bring it back in the corridor. It's worked because that was, I think you find Lucino, was it? Quick hands there to Anakie. He kicks up there looking for Ken Denning, who tries to hit the ball forward, but gee, what great pressure from the Anakie defence. Picking himself up, Nicky Costello again. And gee whiz, he's played a great game for the Roos in defence, Paul.
Yes, it was a good second effort then, Cozzy. He missed the mark, and Glenn Denning seemed to be in the box seat, but he worked hard to make a 50-50 contest then.
Savanka goes up, but only as far as Jeff Blair's fighting against him. Marty Anelli turns around and goes towards full forward. Denning and Costello again. And the runner, which it looks like it might be looky cookie, Darren Cook,
The love child.
gets a handball out, the love child. Gives it back to the boundary umpire to throw it in close to the behind post. The Cheetahs attacking. Savanka up high. Menzies from behind. Gets it towards Jeff Blair's. Runs through the pack. Handball is okay to Williams. His handball to Jenkins. Slips over but gets the handball away to Darren Friday. They've worked hard to get it out of the defence. Goes wide towards Tate in the boundary line. Which one's going to win there? It is Tate. Can he get away from Lucino? No, he can't. Dragged off the footy. And it's going to be out of bounds for a throw in at half forward for the Cheetahs.
Barry, how was the feeling at quarter time with the Cheetahs, Stuart's guys?
He's very positive. He said they've got to use the spaces and talk, and they went up to Newtown and trained this week to get used to the spaces, and he said he wants a bigger effort. But no, he was quite happy. He said it's just a normal game now.
So the kick from Harris goes towards Russell Scott. Pushed off the ball by Costello. Handball out towards Ingwerson. Left it behind. Got it back then. Little tap out Stewie Scott towards his brother Russell. Out towards half foot on the outer side. Race on. Chris Moore's going to get there before Russell Scott. He pushed it towards the safe to the boundary line. He didn't have a lot of support there, so he's done well and sees it out of bounds.
Free kicks first quarter, 6 to West, 5 to Anakie. Rhodes paid 8, Nolan 3.
I think Nolan's a better umpire of the two.
And rating in the first term, boys, the umpires?
I thought, I agree with Nolan, he's letting it go.
And it's starting to rain here too, so that'll be good for Brett and the camera. Starting to...
Don't worry about Brett, the camera, I'm getting wet.
No, well, actually, Mitch, the camera probably costs a bit more than all of us combined, so it doesn't really matter.
Fano's got plenty.
Ball up, goes towards Marty Anelli for the Cheetahs, and Paul's getting it a bit close up because he's getting a little bit wet. It's good for footy, isn't it?
Who said Barry wasn't smart? Yeah,
that's why I didn't want a chair. The kick is with Anakie at half back. And kick back towards the wing. Oh, everybody stood there and waited for it to run between them. It goes towards Tate and also Beekman's now. And the big boys see it over the boundary line. So going to about 75 metres with that kick. And not many people touched it on the way. And a boundary throw in. Savanka and Tate. Savanka getting up pretty high in the ruck contests. Goes up pretty early. This won't go very far in, I think, with the breeze. It holds up. Tate in front this time. Simon rode beautifully at the front of the pack. Ripped off the footy. Couple of Cheetahs there. Cowie's one of them, and he sees it over the boundary.
Gee, hasn't that breeze picked up, fellas? It's really changed out of a true western straight across the ground. and conditions pretty awkward for the players.
There's really no advantage to either end at the minute, is there?
Definitely is not. So the ball back into play, so back behind. Could have infringed there on
Tate.
Tate, who's been terrific for the Roos. And that's the first quarter and a bit. Time check. Coming for the trophy. Still got 3 minutes gone on the second quarter. Tate just chips over the top. Good work getting Corey Bissett, who was by himself.
Good move by Anakie this quarter. They got Bissett out and he's dragged Cowie right out across there on that half-forward line.
Goes up long, Neil, oh, and also Wigmore, kick off the ground. Okay to Savanka, he's at half back. He measures the pass towards Russell Scott on the centre wing. He takes the mark in front of Corey Bissett for the Cheetahs. Directs it back in board towards Beekman's. It's okay. He takes the mark in front of Williams. Has he got any runners? He looked for a handball. Now he goes the kick towards half forward. Sitting up, Rathje. And also Friday, Rathje judged it the better. Then plays on quickly. Kick towards Wigmore. Got a hand to it. Now he's going to be under pressure from Jeff Belair's. Gets up though. And short little kick. Is it okay towards Williams? Can he get up? Yes, he can. He gets it over towards Rathje. Little toe poke off the ground. Up towards full forward. Costello out. Look at that. Fantastic. Handball over the top's okay. Coming at Russell Scott. Chris Moore. He gets it towards Williams. Bit of time now. Onto his left boot. Good skills. Up towards the big man. Corey can't take the mark though. He has support from Justin Tate. The two big guys. Little fresh air shot from Tate. Beekman's support for Cowie. Pushed back towards the boundary line. Holding the ball.
Yes.
And
He picked the ball up and dropped it.
well, it's
Good eyes, Walshy.
He's got very good eyes. Comes to the heap now. Daryl Bissett turns around up towards full forward. Neil Harvey. Who's going to rove? Neil, he's claimed the mark and has taken it and plays on quickly.
Yeah, good footy there from Tunga. Looks out there to Twang. That's Stewie Scott, of course. Twanger, little chip over the top. Oh, it's going to put a bit of pressure on this youngster, but he's good enough to pick it up. That's Sammy Lacino. Left foot kick up in front of Rathje was good. Sits nicely for him too. The left footer screws it around up there to half forward into the wide open spaces of St Albans Reserve. Ricky Costello comes out and happy to see it go over the line, making no attempt.
Welshie on the full from where you and I are sitting.
It looked a bit dubious, didn't it?
Boundary umpire too far behind.
Above the knee.
Well, we were further behind the boundary umpire. I don't know how we seen it.
Well, Welshie threw the head in the air.
I good clear vision here. Definitely bounced on the line.
I thought it was above the knee, man.
From Walmsley now to Stewie Scott. Gives it to his brother Russell. Turns around and left foot kick back to whence it came. Standing his ground, can't take the mark. Walmsley. Bit of support. Costello played for the free kick, didn't get it. And now he pushes out towards Belair's again. Costello gets it back again. Kicks it to the coach's box.
That's definitely
That's out of
our
bounds. And is a free kick at half forward for the Cheetahs. And when the ball comes back, it'll be Marty Iannelli to take it.
Had plenty of time then too, Mickey. First mistake he's made. Let's hope it's not a costly one from his point of view. Iannelli, yeah, he's got the same. Must be related, is he? Ricky Costello, he's kicked it straight out of bounds as well. Unbelievable.
Welshie, you gave Harris a rap in the first quarter. I think West have got to get a bit more out of him.
Yeah, they've got to go to him too. They seem to be bypassing him and chipping him around. He's a big, strong bloke, and he's a very good mark. And I reckon he's one of the top players in the league when he's on song. But they've got to go through him, and they seem to be just chipping past him at the moment.
Ball's at half forward now for the Cheetahs. Comes out the back to Shane Friday. Oh, good tackle too by Williams. Allows Marty Iannelli to run into goal. Should goal! And has done so. Good kick. Good play, Andrew Williams. That was his goal. Marty Iannelli finishes it off for his second. And the Cheetahs take the lead. They're 4-3-27. Anakie 3-4-22. GDFL Bingo Centre second quarter score. And as always, boys, the wind always plays tricks, and that end has been the main scoring end in the start of the match.
That's right. There's a bit of a danger when you have a good quarter against the wind. You sometimes tend to sit back just a little when you've got the wind and expect the wind to do it for you. If you haven't got the footy, it doesn't matter how hard it's blowing. And I think Anakie have just sat back a little just at this start. Maybe that'll shake them up a bit. West seem to be running a little freer at the minute. Stuart Scott having a bit of an influence on the game. But Anakie have got to take stock, get close again, and exert their physical presence on the game.
7.5 minutes gone of the second quarter. West now 5 points in front. Goes forward to Anakie. Belair's well tackled there. Wigmore, I think you'll find. Support at ground level was good. Left foot kick there from that was Lacino to Scott. He was held off the ball. And I think you'll find he'll get the free kick. Yes, he does, Stewie Scott. And drives the Cheetahs into the middle of the ground.
Well, she is Friday playing on Scott.
Yeah, he was told to pick him up and run with him at quarter time. So
Right.
Well, he's not far away from him now as the ball comes out wide. Jenkins. It's going to go in that direction. Darren Friday and Stewie Scott. It's over their heads. Beekman's getting back there on Gillett. Beekman's going to lead. Oh, it looked a little bit proppy there as he tried to get it out. Gillett, good tackle too. Pushed him off the footy. Now Hoddy on hands and knees. Wants a handball. Oh, puts Gavin under pressure. Stewie Scott got support with Neil. Stands. Then kicked as he was under pressure from Camerotto. Lacino, that's Sam. And, just a bit of an indiscriminate push there from Camerotto, but it's out of bounds for a throw-in. And Gillett gets up a little bit proppy. And he doesn't look too good. And neither does Beekman.
No, he's holding the shoulder.
So two of the big boys. Savanka goes up good. Tap to Marty Anelli. Uncontested. Marty now goes wide towards Harris. Menzies. Harris goes up. Roving. None forthcoming for the Cheetahs. Menzies kicks partly smothered. Goes into Williams. Tries to break the Menzies tackle. Umpire Rhodes will come in and bounce the ball on centre wing. 4-3 playing 3-4. It's 5 points of difference. The Cheetahs in front. And Beekman's with hands on head. Gillett with his hands on his knees. So both of those players still under a little bit of stress. Savanka, good tap out to Williams. He shepherds Tate off. And, oh, no. Well, Tate's 6'4" and Williams is 5'7".
Oh, come on, Ronnie.
Come on,
Come
Ronnie.
on, you got to. It's a game. It's not a game of netball.
It was called a charge. You can't charge.
I think I can't say anything.
Go on, comment.
I comment. That was the softest free kick I've ever seen in my life.
I agree with you.
Shocker.
It was still there, though. You can't stop.
The umpire should have swallowed his whistle. Put it away.
Goes up towards Gillett. Can't take the mark. Marty Anelli, who's seen a bit of the footy. Look at that. Spins out. And little left foot kick around the corner to Stewie Scott. That's who they need. Stewie Scott, Marty Anelli, and the rest of the Cheetahs runners to get going. He goes towards half forward looking for his brother. And Harris coming across as well. And Andy Harris takes the mark. And Stewie Scott's calling for Cookie to get out there and tell him to stay out of the way, I'd say. But he's taken the mark. Got it over the top to Ratchie. His hand, well, he was going to give the hands off. Then he goes with his left foot high towards full forward. Costello and a free kick. Yep. Free kick to Ken Denning.
He's had a good quarter, Rathje. He's had 3 or 4 possessions this quarter. He's very lively across the half-forward line. Stuart Scott, I would suggest to Anakie, somewhere along the line, they've got to get someone. If you want someone to run with Stuart Scott, they've got to run with Stuart Scott and forget about the footy, not just run with him, because he'll drag you to the football.
Who's the type of guy on the Anakie side, Paul, who could pick up Stewie Scott and do a job on him?
Well, I thought Duxie would be right to run with him, Duxie Friday, but obviously not. And they got Greg Moore running with the other Scott, Chris Moore, running with the other Scott on the other wing. So I'd say you'd have to look at one of the backmen to come up, whether it be...
What about Phil Gavin?
Yeah, Phil Gavin, but Phil's not known for a tagging role. You might be able to bring Kevin Green up the ground and run with him. As Mitch said, you just got to forget about the footy and get to the contest. And
I think that's what Friday's doing wrong. He's wandering off chasing the ball, like he's just got to hang back with him because he'll take you to the football.
Yeah, for sure.
Denning has slotted through that goal for his first of the day, and the Cheetahs break open the lead a little bit. 5-3-33. They lead Anakie 3-4-22. 11 points of difference on the GDFL Bingo Centre second quarter scoreboard.
11 and a half minutes gone, gentlemen. Bannockburn Sporting Trophies time clock in the second quarter. And we have a cliffhanger here at St Albans Reserve. Hope you join the call on 94.9 Guest FM.
Good mark then by Harris at centre half forward. Set that goal up.
Back in the centre, Chris Moore wrapped up. Umpire Rhodes to come in and bounce the ball once again.
Ingerson's made a difference too, Welshie, since he's come on the ground.
Yeah, for sure. He's a live wire up around there. And as Mitch said before, he summed it up well with that Radke. He's playing a very good game across half forward. He's a tall runner, very hard to match up on.
Savanka gets it down, but only as far as Gavin. Got it towards Simon. It's a centre half forward for the Roos. Pack develops. Umpire found a free kick for a hold. It's against Anakie, and it's going to go to Beekmans at centre half back for the Cheetahs. And Jenkins just exchanging things. Oh, and 50.
It never ceases to amaze me why the umpires pick up the third push. There was 3 pushes there,
Yes.
and the West bloke pushed as much as anyone, and he's picked the third one up.
Yeah, but
the third one was when he pushed him away from the ball, which he was trying to pick up.
But you
One
will-
time, you can't do it, Johnny.
you will find that the player that's got the free kick has got the advantage in that
there's no doubt.
situation.
There was nothing in that. That was just a 50 for nothing.
Beekman's got it to Harris. Standing off one step, turns around and has missed it. Breeze pushed it away for one behind to the big full forward. So one behind. That 50-metre penalty helping. 5-4-34, Geelong West. Anakie 3-4-22. It's 2 goals of difference on the GDFL Bingo Centre second quarter scoreboard. And kicking in, Mick Costello goes to the outer side, looking for Williams from a long way away. Can't take the mark though. And it's over the back. Harris, can he keep it in? No, he can't. And it's going to be a boundary throw in at half forward on the outer side with the Cheetahs attacking.
Bruises subsided quite substantially, gentlemen.
Yep. The East flag is has wilted after their reserves lost.
How long we been playing, Ronnie?
Sukin.
There's about 13 and a half minutes.
Ian Ellie from the pack, that's Marty, who's had a very good first half. Rathje, as he claimed the mark, well, he tried to, but it's out of bounds. And will be a free kick to Shane Friday in between the back pocket and half back. Kick continues to go along the boundary line. Williams stands his ground, takes the mark and plays on quickly. Wants to switch play back in the middle. Good vision too. Tate takes the mark on hands and knees, gets up quickly, goes onto the familiar left boot, goes wide towards Gillett, over the back of Beekmans, who stood his ground. Good play. Lakino through the middle, that's Sam. Short little kick towards Ian Ellie, that's Marty, goes to Gavin Ingwerson. Handball to Wigmore, he's going to get wrapped up by Williams, but he broke the tackle, it's play on advantage. And goes long towards Denning, tries to get to the front of the pack. Wormsley in the middle takes a saving mark for the Roos.
Williams being spoken to by umpire Rhodes after the head eye on Wigmore. It's okay, Brett, your head is still connected. As we see now, Camerotto cool on the crisis. Hand pass, not a good one though to Jenkins, but he was good enough to get it back to Camerotto on centre wing, who kicks into the corridor now.
Oh.
I think you'll find. Tell you what, I'm pretty impressed with both Platuno boys. For like the size of them, they're not over big, the Mediterranean boys. I tell you what, they're marvellous because they commit themselves at the footy. That's why he got the kick. And then West now go forward again, and it looks like tongue and nails on centre wing.
You don't see that too often, Tunga. He goes towards the half forward, and quick handball back to Stewie Scott from Guthrie. He goes further afield towards Harris. Good mark under extreme pressure from Glenn Menzies, and whilst he's sitting here with a big smile on his face, he's being vindicated at the moment.
So that's what I'm talking about there, Jace. Friday's down here standing on the mark. Scott takes the resultant kick. Friday doesn't run hard enough. Once over there and once on the far side in the first quarter, should have got the football. Didn't run hard enough at it. Over here, there was a kick out here to him. He's just not running hard enough. He's just tagging along. He's not running hard enough.
I think we'll see a change after half time.
Well, I think we need to see
it before.
So he doesn't run hard enough. Scott's just a sensational runner.
Beautiful
Good kick.
Football, Andy Harris splits the woodwork here at St Albans. Great goal for the Cheetahs, and they're doing it well in the second quarter.
I think the workload and work ethic of the West Side's picked up since quarter time too. Anakie in the first half, they were first and hardest at the ball, and I think it's just swung at the moment.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. You see when you see your coach running as hard as Stuart Scott runs, they've got to lift and they'll follow him. No doubt.
Well, they're as we said, they've swung the game around, and they're getting to the fall of the ball where they weren't, where Anakie were in the first quarter, and that's where they do it. When they come down here to Gillett before, there was three blokes on the ground, and he contested. There wasn't an Anakie runner there, and they took it away. Set the goal up.
Back in the centre, 6-4 playing 3-4. The Cheetahs 3 goals in front. Gavin, slick handball, chopped off by Wigmore though for the Cheetahs. He goes towards Ratchie again and Shane Friday. Harris picked up, good pick up too, out wide to Russell Scott. Has to bend it back on his right boot. Oh, good kick too around the corner. Ratchie, fantastic pick up on the half volley. Gets onto the left boot, goes in towards centre half for Jenkins. Takes the saving mark for the Roos. And he goes to the outer side with a wobbly kick. Wigmore can't trap it. Chris Moore, mid-air, good play. Get a game for Javenis next week if Anakie aren't in the finals. And Savanka has taken the mark. Williams, look at that. He's got a paddock on centre wing. He can measure the pass. He goes up towards Denning. He comes out on a long lead. And there's not much Mick Costello could do about that. It was a perfect kick from Andy Williams. And a good mark, Ken Denning.
That's how easy it is, boys. When you change direction, creating good football cheaters. Another opportunity, Ken Denning. He'll kick it from a good 50 metres though, 45-degree angle. It's all testing.
Anakie had the opportunity to change direction then, but Jenkins just persisted in
had
running.
Darren Friday.
Friday was out here, but Friday ran with his back to him. Should have run out hard, but Jenkins just bombed it up the middle straight to a West player. He had the opportunity.
Well, Denning has tried to use the breeze there, but hasn't got up over the trees high enough and has missed it to the near side for one behind.
To be fair to Daryl Jenkins here, I think he was going going for Tate and
Yeah.
Williams are in the centre, and it was just a poor kick.
Poor
there.
kick, yeah, probably a poor
Very
kick.
poor
That's
kick
probably,
off.
yeah.
If they'd have got it, they'd have been home because they had two players there, as you say, Welshie.
Geelong West 6-5-41, Anakie 3-4-22, GDFL Bingo Centre second quarter scoreboard. Kicking in by the coach, and he goes towards Wormsley, puts him under pressure. Stewie Scott gives it to Marty Anelli. Just tripped, fallen over at the wrong stage there. Gives it to Rathje, who just puts it on the boot and has pushed it out of bounds on the full. And Daryl Jenkins will have another kick from the last line defence for the Roos.
Well, I don't think he should have because Daryl's kicked poorly today. I don't know whether he's usually a good kick, Paul, is he?
It's usually a reliable kick.
Yeah.
He's not a good kick, but see, when Daryl Bissett's on the ball, he gets back and
Yeah.
he kicks out. And he
Right.
can set something up for back
Yeah.
there with his skill. But
Yeah.
obviously,
18.5 minutes gone of the second quarter. Ball at half forward for the Cheetahs. Now, Menzies.
Oh.
Over the top. Not a good one from Glenn. He really made it rather treacherous there for Ricky Costello, who's well up the ground as he trots back now to pick up his opponent in Kev Denny. Harris in front, got the ball down to the ground. That was good play to Ianelli. It was Frank. His hand pass though. A crook one really because it put Guthrie under a bit of pressure. Marty, that was good play though.
Good play.
Frank, and I think Frankie's popped the through from 30. Great goal.
Just good teamwork there, boys. You can't do much about that when
No.
there's. They put enough pressure on, but just couldn't get
Yeah.
the footy, and the Cheetahs just knew where they were. They might, Paul. They might have to. They obviously haven't got a lot to do. Changing the players around in the back line. Like I've seen Shane Friday, who's usually played at full back this year, but with Costello coming back into the side, has been led out to the half-back flank. Rathje's giving him a bath in this second quarter. He might be better off going back, and they may try Wormsley or Costello or somebody on. They have to do something, don't they?
yeah, they have to do something to curb his influence on the game. It's just their little blokes who are cutting us to pieces around the fall of the ball. You see they're getting first hands on, hands out, as we see again.
Yeah, look at this. Wigmore straight to Harris, and easy mark. Obviously, it's making a few changes, and Harris was left alone there for a minute. I think Menzies is being moved off him. He goes into the Rathje. Look at this. He can walk into goal. He can waltz in. If he misses this, he hasn't. Just as well. I was going to say he could have run an extra 10 metres, but he didn't have to.
It's raining Cheetahs here at the minute. A real purple patch for the Geelong West Cricket and Footy Club. What's that? 3 goals in about 5 minutes.
I didn't think Harris seen Rathke there for a while. You could hear Rathke singing out from here, but Savanka in the centre
He's been
has
the
got
big,
on top.
He's been the big.
He's got on top, I believe.
I've marked him here, and I think he's been the
Tate was
big
on
one.
fire in
Yep.
the first quarter, wasn't he?
He's been exceptional, Savanka. He's, Tate was dominating the ruck play, but Savanka's really at least getting his hand to it and nullifying the ruck control that Tate's had.
The other thing I think, Anakie, you've got to use their first option. They're getting it, but they're not getting rid of it the first up.
8-5-53 Geelong West, Anakie 3-4-22, and 20 minutes gone in this second term. Is that 50? Yes, it is. Now, I had the head down, boys. What was that for?
I just give him a little clip round the chops.
Okay, just making sure he was awake, didn't it? Well, it's brought him down to centre half forward.
Very undisciplined.
And that's
if you're going to do something like that, you make sure they don't get up.
It's
that's right.
It's
Yeah,
surprising me
just
someone
soft.
hasn't gone out there.
Soft, very soft. If you're going to whack him, you whack him,
Then you don't have a shower.
Yeah.
Card.
Well, Savanka's got it at centre half forward. He pushes it out for the breeze. It holds up there. Rathje, good leap, but can't take the mark. And Wormsley will just want to see it through for a rush behind to the Cheetahs. They go to 8-6-54. They lead Anakie 3-4-22 on the GDFL Bingo Centre second quarter scoreboard. So it's now 32 points of difference and a fairly good lead. We've been playing 21 minutes in this second term. Kick in is okay.
Gillett the centre half back, Lemons is a centre half forward.
Right, so Gillett kicked out there and went to Gavin. He goes across the
He's
field
got to come forward here.
to Costello. Now he goes to Darren Friday. Darren Friday at half back. He wants some leaders. He had Belair's. Now he wants another one coming across.
50.
That's 50. He ran over the mark, Marty Anelli.
That's 3 50s they've got in this quarter, so it's probably fairly undisciplined by the Anakie guys at the minute. They've just lost their way a little bit, haven't they?
Well, Chris Moore coming off the ground and Stephen Green to come on. And it's going to Darren Friday. He's got Gavin. He's got Green just on so he can get on him now. Green's just come on the ground. Easiest possession you'll get all day. He goes towards half forward. Nick Lucchino coming out and, what did he pay? All right, he paid the mark. I thought he was going to pay a push in the back, but he paid the mark to Nick Lucchino. And a half back to clear for the Cheetahs. And touched, I think, it's touch play on. So Harris needs a rover at the back. One of them, Gavin, for Anakie. Going in there, Gillett as well. Tapped out by Gavin. Good work. Williams can't pick it up. Oh, a little toe poke. All the time in the world. Gave it back to Tate. Off one step. Little kick is okay to Belair's. Played on. Tried to get away. That's dropping the ball. Beekman's held on to him there. He played on, and Alan Beekmans will take it at centre half back for the Cheetahs.
Yeah, a little bit of misfortune there from poor old Jeffrey Velez because he just had his jumper when he went to take off and was caught well. The chip over the top was good from Beekmans and it's hit Marty Adele on the chest. He kicks up the half forward. Oh, Harris has got one there from Gillett. No free kick. Loose ball back in the back. Kick off the carpet, Stewie Scott. Now the bouncing ball. Doesn't sit too well for the Mark Guthrie. Support though, Stewie Scott. Pumps it up to the high flyers. More Costello. Gets a fist to it. Recovers well, the big fella. The
Playing well back there.
Boy kicks it out wide. No one home though for the Anakie Brews. And I think you'll find that Rosevere takes the possession. Well, hand pass. Very slow. And he's been very fortunate.
Oh.
For a free kick there for a high tackle. A very soft free kick.
Everything's going their way now.
Cheetahs have got possession. Inboard he goes. Good footy to Marty Anelli. Very rattled at the moment to the Anakie Brews. Williams out wide. Just chips over the top to Stewie Scott. And doing it easy at the minute, the Cheetahs.
Yeah, certainly are.
Scott now looks for the lead. Williams again. And coming at him at pace is Jenkins. Gives away the free kick.
Yeah.
And it'll go to Andy Williams. At half forward. Little kick in. Oh, Marty Anelli's going to be under pressure here. He's got it. He gets it back towards Williams, though. Is he going to get a Shepherd? No, he's not. Belair's comes at him. And close to the boundary line. Still in. Guthrie. He's going to be pushed over. And good play. Gavin gets it over the top to Darren Friday. They need some run now from half back to Roos. He kicks towards the wing looking for Menzies. Beekmans. Menzies gets a hand to it. Beekmans in front. Good play. He's done well. And a little left foot kick around the corner towards Williams, who looks a little bit injured there. He's not running very hard at the footy. Close to the boundary line, and it's still in play. Coming back towards Scotty Simon, onto that left boot, goes high to the wing. Coming over the back will be Rosavar. Beekman's in front, push to the front. Beekman's again, Lakino. They overrun it. They've got support with each other. Harvey in there working hard for the Roos, and it's out of bounds on the full, and it's extremely dark. It looks like it's about 6:30 here at
I think it's going to
Norman
snow.
Reserve.
I think Glenn Menzies still thinks he's in the super box, I think.
I think you might be right.
Nice call there.
Interesting then to see Daryl Bissett in that action, in that passenger play. He seems to think that it's time for him to exert throw some weight around, and that's good. I think that's what we need to get him up the ground and get his presence felt a little more up there, I think.
Yes, for sure.
Kick coming from Green to Williams at centre half back. We might have to turn the lights on.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Justin Tate has spoken to
Swearing.
umpire Rhodes in no uncertain terms, obviously, and has been given a little rest on the bench for 15 minutes. Oh, that's just not what they need
No,
at
you
this
can't-
stage.
You can't have that.
You'd never do that, Welshie, would you?
No, not swearing. No, not being a Catholic boy and going to Catholic
Especially on
schools
Sunday.
And, being the Sabbath that it is today, no.
Yeah.
And
Right.
been to church this morning at St Margaret's too. So
Father after there, was he?
no, Father After's retired.
Has
mate.
he really?
Yes.
6-minute mark of the second quarter.
He's 103.
Kicks up there. No one home for Anakie. That was Williams. Well tackled. Friday chips in. That was young Darren. Kicks it quickly up to half forward. Ball stays in play. Now Harvey and the Cowie. Oh, the latter does it comfortably. Pressured there by Corey Bissett.
Dropping the ball.
Dropping the ball. Good decision too.
And
I couldn't see it.
It's the free kick in the right half forward flank. Goes inboard. The
Oh.
good one. Camerono takes the chest mark and will need to kick this goal, gentlemen, from 45 metres out very slight angle.
We've been
He's the
playing.
right bloke to have the ball at this part of the ground. Beautiful kick of the ball, Banana, and
26 and a
see
half
if
minutes
they
gone,
can
so
get
they'll need it.
yes, for
They'll
sure.
need a goal. They haven't
Understatement.
scored in this quarter. The Anakie side. So Camerotto comes in and floats through. It's going to float through. It's the worst looking kick you've ever seen, but it's floated through for a goal, and that's all you need.
He's perfected the Stephen Kernahan
And
punt.
he has, hasn't he? The old over the top. We see Cummins come on for Anakie, and coming off the ground is Elias Harvey.
Elias Harvey.
So Camerotto's done well. He's kicked 3 of the 4 Anakie goals. They're 4-4-28. Geelong West Cricket and Footy Club 8-6-54 on the GDFL Bingo Centre second quarter scoreboard.
I think it just proves if you get the ball into the forward line and go through Banana and such, that's their setup, Anakie, but they just haven't had enough of the ball this quarter.
Haven't had it over the half forward line, Paul,
No,
this quarter.
no.
That's the first time.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's mostly come from the dominance of Leroy Safanka in the middle for Geelong West in the ruck. He's given...
See, Menzies is in there
yeah,
now.
he's moved Menzies into
Moved
the
out
ruck
of the
now.
super box, as he mentioned.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
Well, we'll find out in the next couple of minutes whether he has. Bounce up and getting down there, Williams. It's roved by Scott. That's Russell Gore. Gives it to Scotty Cowie. Breaks away with a blind turn. Handball out towards Wigmore. Pressured by Menzies. Over the top towards Savanka. And look at him. He runs like a rover. Handball over the top. Has to sit and wait Rathje. Gets around. He's had a blinder in this second term. One of the best players on the ground. Takes a bounce. Runs away. Oh, look at the kick. It's gone backwards.
Blow back over his head.
Unbelievable. Comes back towards him
Got it
again.
again.
He's got it again. He's got it on a string. Cummins is on, and little toe poke out. It's okay to Green. Breaks one tackle. Gets it away towards half back. Turning around there, Cummins and also Russell Scott. Close to the boundary line. Russell, can he keep it in? He doesn't want to now, and just sees it over the boundary line on centre wing.
I think Cummings will give Anakie a bit of run, Paul. He's not a bad young player, is he? I've seen him out there and he impressed me a
Was
fair
there any
bit.
reason why he got dropped last week?
To give him a run. He'd been on and off the
Okay.
bench for about 5 or 6 weeks and hadn't had much game time, and I think they just give him a run last
He
week.
did
But
play well in the reserves last week
yeah,
too.
played very well.
So
good prospect, young scratcher.
and
Just
out of
ask
the-
Phil.
Yes.
Ask his father.
Yeah, just ask president of the Anakie Football Club. He'll tell you all about him. Goes up towards centre half forward. Rathje. Oh, nearly out on a string again. Good kick off the ground Friday. Just opens it up, but nobody there for Anakie. Inglison's there for the Cheetahs. He breaks one tackle. Oh, then he drops the footy. Friday right next to him. He's still
That's
there,
holding
though.
the ball, isn't
Oh.
it? Surely to goodness.
Well, it's not now because it's a ball up.
Yeah, originally, I thought holding the ball, but I tell you what, one of the number 47, is it?
Yeah,
Friday came in, nearly gave a in the back decision there too.
So it's a ball up at centre half forward for the Cheetahs. The Anakie side will just try and hold out the Cheetahs here. Close to siren time for half time. And Savanka, tap away. Williams, big thump away too. Gains about 20 metres. Gillett coming out. He's at centre half back now on Andy Harris. And can't keep it in. It's over the boundary line for another throw in. About 45 metres around from the Cheetah goal. And
About time moving on, boys. Only 30 minutes gone.
and it's really starting to rain now. Fantastic. Well,
It is.
there is the siren for half time. And at half time, the Cheetahs have taken a fairly handy lead. They're 8-6-54. 8-6-54. Anakie 4-4-28 in that quarter. Geelong West kicked 5 goals, 3. Anakie kicked 1 straight goal. The goal kickers at half time. 2 to Marty Ianelli and singles to Frank Ianelli, Jason Rathje, Andrew Harris, Brett Wigmore, Ken Denning and Andrew Williams. While for Anakie, Paul Camerotto has 3 goals and Corey Bissett has the other one. And I think we might wrap it up fairly quickly here, boys. 3 best players for each side and then we'll sort of break the camera up quickly.
3 best players for
Both sides, if you
West
can.
would be Rathje was probably their best player in that quarter, followed by Stuart Scott and number 23, Lee Savanka in the ruck. I thought he did exceptionally well. Anakie, 3 best players in that quarter were very, very hard to find, and I've only got Rod Williams, who I thought tried valiantly, and I couldn't find another dominant player, anyone who beat a West opponent, in my opinion.
All right, fair enough. So it's 8-6-54 Geelong West, Anakie 4-4-28 at half time.